everyone, stopping by to talk about the magician. I wanted to share some of his magic with you today. I wonder if the sun's going to come in here. I might just put my board up again so that so the sun doesn't go in my eyes, because I've got a feeling it's going to go in my eyes. That might help. That's better. That's better. Now I can see my own cards. Yes, I wanted to stop by and talk about the magician today, and in the context of the judgment and the fool as well, tie them all together. Just a quick live to share some more magic with you, some more tarot magic. I'm going to share this into my closed groups, and I actually want to share this into my tarot group today too, because I do have a, I'm currently mentoring 4 women in my tarot group, and I know this will be helpful for them, and I really want to share this with them as well, so I don't want them to miss out on this live. So I'm going to do that now because I don't want them to miss out. So I'm going to share that. Hi Suzanne. I'm going to share that with the girls as well. Oh, wherever I shared it. Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, I was thinking about this last night. I've had the retrograde has already thrown me a few curious curveballs. You know, I've been doing some random acting out randomly, taking random actions, and then curious unfolding things have happened. That's usually what happens in a Mercury retrograde. I'll talk about that in a minute. I better share this before I forget to share it, or before I share it in the wrong places, really. Okay, so I really want to share this into my tarot group because I will keep this live. Hi Amy, nice to meet you. I don't think we've met before. I hope you hang around to enjoy this. I will share now into my closed group. Listening as you get ready. Yes, he's an interesting character. Old Hermes. He shows up twice in the Mythic Tarot, at the birth of the Fool, as he's birthed Earthside, and then as the Fool returns from the underworld. He guides him from the underworld back into his or through his rebirth. So because the magician is actually a psychopomp. I'll talk to you about what that is in a minute. Hi Linda, good to see you. And now I want to share this into my other closed group, and then I am finished. The Divine Rebellion tribe, and then I'm done. I'm going to take this pretty slowly, because I didn't plan this. I haven't planned what I'm going to say. I'm doing my usual unorganized. I was rushing. Hi Robin, I haven't seen you for so long. Good to see you. I was rushing. I've been rushing today, and I've literally had about 3 hours sleep last night since this eclipse. Holy shit balls. My sleep has been affected. Yeah, God, what's it going to be like when we lead up to the full moon, hey? Okay, hurry, I've got to stop talking. I'll put this in my group. All right, so that's in there now. All the beautiful women I know are online. So glad that you could join me. Okay, I think I've shared. Oh, hang on a minute. One more share and then I'm finished. One more, and then I'm done. I just need to share it to my personal page. I share it everywhere. Well, you know, those who have done business mentoring with me will know that you've got to make yourself visible. There's no point hiding away. Hiding away doesn't allow people to see your work, so you don't get you know it's how you magnetize people to you. Being honest. Okay, my page. Oh, hang on, I've got to write what it is. Hermes and the Magician. Got caught up in my own storytelling there. The Magician, Mercury fun, because it is fun. So good to see you, Robin. I've been missing you. We had a lovely experience together a few times, actually. I've loved working with you. It's nice. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way now. I do have a few notes, not many. Just a few little notes here. Okay, so I'm stopping by today because I want to talk more about the tarot. Those of you who know me, my name is, or those who don't know me, my name is Marina Lobas. I refer to myself as the Soul Purpose Mentor, and I support spiritual and intuitive entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose. I teach channeling mentoring and tarot mentoring, and at the moment I have a 6-month program that I'm offering, excuse me, a 6-month program, a tarot mentoring program, where we journey through the 78 sacred passages of the tarot, of the mythic tarot. I specialize working with the mythic tarot, and we explore the tarot in the context of a therapeutic space. So you'll learn counseling, you'll learn experiential dream work, you'll learn therapeutic techniques, you'll learn somatic work, you'll learn hypnosis. I'm going to teach you a load of different therapeutic tools that you can use to engage your client or to work with your clients in a therapeutic context reading the tarot. So I refer to this program as tarot psychology. We explore Jungian psychology in the context of archetypes and metaphors, and yes, I love this program. Of course I do, because it's mine, but I really love this program. Those of you who have watched me before on lives will know that I love talking about the myths. And so we do go in depth in the myths in the program as well. We explore the archetypes in the myths. So yes, it's on offer. I have 4 places available. The early bird finishes July the 3rd. So get in if you want to do this program. You know, don't miss out on the early bird. I do have payment plans available as well. So I've got 3 different payment plans, 3 different payment methods that you can use. And yes, so that's it from me. So moving on, housekeeping done. So let's talk the tarot. So mythic tarot, here we have the Magician. I wanted to talk about him today. He's the guide. I refer to him as the guide. He's known as a trickster in the tarot. He's a well-known trickster. And, you know, sometimes people question whether or not, is he your soul? Is he your higher self? Is he your guide? So excited, Jung, yes, yeah, me too, I can't wait for the next round. Well, I wish that we could have all started at the same time, but that's okay, Suzanne, this is how it was meant to go. So, I'm talking about with the other girls in the other group, by the way. Okay, I'm going to get distracted, I'm going to start getting caught up about how excited I am for the next program to launch. Okay, back to the Magician. So he's known as a trickster. And sometimes people refer to him as the guide. Sometimes I refer to him as the guide. Sometimes I refer to him as the soul, higher self. Basically, whatever you believe you are being guided by. So he'll have you questioning. He is a trickster. He does have you questioning your beliefs, for sure. He has you questioning your reality. And often people will have expectations that Hermes is a separate entity, but he's actually not separate from you. So, I believe that the guides, your spirit team, your guides, are not actually separate from you. Your soul isn't separate from you. I think of the soul as an expression of your excuse me, of you having a human experience. And when I refer to Hermes, the Magician, I refer to him as being the guide for the fool. Excuse me, my throat's going. Gosh, a guide for the fool so this is the first card of the Major Arcana. He leaps out of the cave. He takes a risk. He jumps out of the cave. He lands on his 2 feet. He takes a leap of faith. He jumps out of the cave, lands on his 2 feet, and at the bottom of the cliff is Hermes. Hermes there, present with him, guiding him earthside as he's being reborn. The fool is known as the twice born. His name is Dionysus, and he's the son of Zeus. And so is Hermes, actually. He's the son of Zeus as well. He's Dionysus' half brother. And so he guides him throughout his journey in his lifetime, through every chapter that he experiences in his lifetime. Hi, Janice. Good to see you. And so Hermes is his personal guide, and Hermes is also his half brother, and Hermes is the son of Zeus and son of the Mother Night. And so, excuse me, I'm going to have a drink of water. Hold on, guys. I actually haven't had water today. I've had coffee. I do need water. Sorry, bear with me. my gigantic bottle because I'm not drinking enough water. I bought that the other day. Okay. All right, so he's a child of the spiritual light and the primordial darkness. So he's a combination of both. He, as I was saying, he's a psychopomp. What does that mean? So he guides souls. He guides souls through their birth and their rebirth, and he also guides souls through the death process to help them pass over with more grace and ease, and to help them move, to move to the other side, move into the underworld, or to the realm of Hades. And so he's a guide. He's a guide, and he guides the soul. He guides your inner being, your soul, your intuition, your inner self. And so, so sometimes I refer to Hermes as being like the spirit guide. You could refer to him like that. Whatever your beliefs are, basically, he fits in with those beliefs. Whatever you believe you're being guided by. So Hermes finds many different ways to make contact with you. So he's not the key with Hermes, or the issue or the problem that people often find with Hermes is that you can't actually get information from him. You can't just call on him and grab information from him just like that. When you start trying to grasp at Hermes, trying to get him to show up on your path, he doesn't. He's elusive like that. Hermes, you have to be to make contact with Hermes, you have to be in contact with the present moment, with whatever is showing up in the present moment, to have direct experience with the present moment. Hermes is found in the extraordinary moments of the ordinary. So you discover him inside of direct experience. And many of us run away from direct experience. Many of us try and distort direct experience or change direct experience, because whatever's showing up in direct experience is not necessarily all love and light. Sometimes it can be discomfort. Sometimes it can be things that we need to deal with that we don't want to deal with. And Hermes can only guide you, or can only provide you with the insight in the moment, well, in the portal of direct experience. So Hermes will try and find a way to make contact with you when you drop into direct experience, through your heart, through your connection, your relationship that you're having in the present moment, through you're a relational being, whatever you're relating to in the present moment, through your heart and your inner being. Through others, sometimes people will cross your path, and then all of a sudden they'll show up with information and insight that just you hadn't planned. All of a sudden people show up and they're saying, hey, I've got this book and this book might be useful. Sometimes through training and through knowledge, you might be guided. You might see a training might come up on your Facebook feed, for example, and you think, oh, that looks cool, and you sign up, and lo and behold, it's like, it's meant for you. It's got everything that you need. Through synchronicities, or serendipities, through music and songs that just pop up on the radio randomly, or, when you accidentally, you come across some old music and all of a sudden, you're having all these flashbacks, these memories that you hadn't thought about. They just randomly show up. He's very random. He's those chance encounters, the chance encounters that you can't, you can't control when Hermes shows up. He's mysterious. He is a mystery. He is mysterious. He's the mysterious nature of reality that you can't make logical reason of. You don't find him in your logic. He can't be found in your logic. He is found in this kind of irrational, imaginative world. So if we try and act against our instincts, we're often acting against the intuition or the guidance of Hermes. We've all done it. I've done it before. When you get insight about something that you need to be doing, or you get a feeling that you should be going in an opposite direction, but for whatever reason your ego doesn't let you. I've got a really my ego loves to finish projects, get it finished, you know, even though it's no longer working anymore. I'll keep pushing through. My pride gets in the way. And Hermes is often there, the magician is often there saying, like, stop, change direction, the crossroads, you know, it's time to change direction, stop. And he can be, you know, pointing me in the, you know, in another direction. And he is like, when you do go against his instincts, the results are really not that amazing. What shows up is usually sort of unsatisfactory. Really, I've got a few notes here, so I'm looking down. So Hermes is your intuition, right? So he is your intuition, he is your gut instinct. But as I was saying, he's only found in the context of direct experience in the present moment. And he's the guide between the unconscious and the conscious, the unconscious and the conscious mind. So he's like the bridge. He's the bridge between that. Soul and spirit reside in the seat of your unconscious mind. That's where you receive that's where all the wisdom is, and the insights and the magic, the mystery resides in the unconscious. And Hermes is like a bridge between that, between the light and dark. So remember, he's a child of the light, conscious awareness, and he's a child of the dark, you know, mother dark, of the primordial energy of the dark. You know. And so he brings forward knowledge. He does. He brings forward knowledge, which is often implicit. And so what do I mean by that? It's covert. It's not in your face. It's usually not, you know, spelt out in sort of rational ways. It's the random chance events, the signs, the signals, the signposts that some people might say, oh, that's just coincidental. I'm not going to take that seriously. That's just a coincidence. Hermes is the coincidence. That's him playing his hand. That's him playing his hand, fate playing his hand. And so he is your flash of intuition, for sure. And he defies logic, and he is often eerily accurate as well. So it does take some courage to listen to Hermes, for sure, because when the fool leaps off the cage, when his brother, see, these are brothers, they're half brothers. Dionysus in the story is drunk. He's known as, people would come to see him, would come to see him to let go of their problems and their worries, and he's a god. They would come to see him to let go of their problems and their worries, and they would do so by getting getting hammered, basically, getting pissed, and not forgetting about their troubles. So the fool, he is illogical, irrational. He's like the drunken stupor, right, where you're just the stupidity, not thinking ahead. But you can see in the picture here, there's an eagle on the branch there. That eagle actually represents Zeus. That's Zeus watching over his son. He is watching over his son, making sure that when he leaps, he doesn't hurt himself. And then Hermes, excuse me, what's my makeup? Oh God, Hermes is waiting at the bottom as he leaps at the crossroads. So he's faced when the fool leaps, he jumps down and he lands at the crossroads of his life. What path will I take? What direction should I go in? And Hermes knows the direction that will be of his best benefit. And so Hermes is actually ruled by Mercury. And so, we're currently 6 planets are in retrograde right now. We're all going through some pretty crazy, and I'm getting messages from people. I'm getting loads of messages from people. Like last night, I think it was 4 different people saying, holy shitballs, what is going on? What is going on out there? Like, this is crazy. I'm having all these strange, meetings, occurrences, synchronicities, things are showing up. And I think that's what's amazing about a Mercury retrograde. Or I haven't read a lot about the other retrogrades right now. Well, I haven't got notes about those right now, just about the Mercury. But I think what's really fascinating about Mercury retrogrades is that we get to go over old ground to clear or to heal unfinished business. And by doing so, there's usually spiritual treasures buried within those areas, when we explore this old territory. There's usually something there for you to bring forward into the present moment. We don't go backwards for no reason. It's like with Hermes, sometimes we have to go backwards to move forwards in a Mercury retrograde. It appears like, you know, they talk about Mercury retrograde, the astrologers talk about Mercury retrogrades as if it's going backwards, but it's not really. It's just moving ever so slowly, and it's elliptical, so it's well, anyway, moving on from that. So it will feel like you're going backwards, but you're not actually. You're not going backwards. It's just you get to go over old ground or revisit old territory, and buried within, as you excavate and you clear and you heal and you reorganize and tie up loose ends, there are spiritual treasures that you often find. And what might feel like a detour, because he is known to detour us. You know, we jump on one, when we listen to Hermes and we jump on his path, often it will feel like you're going on a detour. Am I going backwards? What the fuck am I doing? Why have I done this? Why did I make this strange decision to, you know, all of a sudden, I don't know, contact someone, or, you know, apply for a job that you hadn't initially thought would, you know, you wouldn't have done before, or go and study something that you may have you know, looked at 3 or 4 years ago, and then all of a sudden it shows up and you think, why am I doing this now? So he is the mystery of those random moments, and they might feel like detours, they might feel like the long way round, but there's a reason why it's the long way round, because there are gifts on the way round that are waiting for you. Hermes has all these gifts that are waiting for you as you, when you trust him and you go on his crazy detours, when you're not following logic, when you're not following logic, when you're following the irrationality of your intuition, because your intuition, it does defy logic. Often it does defy logic. It doesn't appear to be like the same decision. What was I, you know, what am I thinking when I did that? What was I thinking when I made that phone call, or, you know, whatever it is that you've been doing so far during this retrograde period, all the crazy things that the random acts that we've all done. So he is also teaching you about the elements and the power of the elements, his magic. He's a magician, right? So he works with the alchemy of manifestation, of higher consciousness. He brings love. He brings love into our lives. He brings higher consciousness. He rules the imagination, of course, as well. And he helps you bring ideas into form, to manifest these ideas into form. But in a Mercury retrograde, we are being called to trust those detours, to take a chance on those detours. Don't worry so much about making mistakes, because these mistakes end up being like lucky accidents, you know, lucky incidents that happen, random incidents that happen that may have felt like a mistake at the time, but there's a higher purpose, a bigger reason, a greater purpose. You know, and you don't understand. You won't understand that until you get to the other side of moving between this, going back over old ground and you know, going into the underworld as we explore the old. You can see here in this card. This is Hermes as well. You can see the mummies here. This is your past. These represent your past and the conditions of the past. And the memories of the past that often we repress for different reasons, because our psychology will often protect us from memories until we're ready to be able to integrate or learn from them, or to assimilate, or to understand, or have the resilience and enough ego identity, I can't think of the word right now. To have that inner, the capacity to be able to handle, you know, strong ego development, healthy ego development, so a strong sense of identity, so that when these memories do come up, when these old patterns do arrive, you know, that you have the resilience to be able to work through it as it shows up. So there's Hermes as the psychopomp there, you know, guiding you through this retrograde period as you explore these aspects of your being, of your past, of your past, the past selves that are starting to show up, that need your loving attention. I suppose you could call he is holding space for your soul retrieval. Maybe you could even think of it like that. That as we go through this retrograde period and we explore the underworld, our inner being, and the unfinished business, the past, when we explore the past, that I forgot what I was going to say. I got caught up in the past. What was I going to say? As we explore the past, doesn't matter. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, that's not good. What was I going to say? So Hermes, exploring the past. These are the past. Doesn't matter. Okay. So anyway, Hermes comes to us in many forms. He does come to us in many forms. And so this is an opportunity through this retrograde period to explore with his guide. He's the guide. He's a gentle guide. He's holding you throughout your lifetime. He is your personal guide, and he's holding you throughout your lifetime. And he's with you as you explore this and heal the past. In the card of the Judgment, it's not as scary as what people think it is. This isn't like the Death card where there's all this grief and horrible feeling and bad experiences. This card is the clearing of karma. We get to go back over our unfinished business, the karma that needs our. I was talking about soul retrieval. I remember now. So I'll come to that in a minute. But we get to go and clear our karma. We go back over the unfinished business. What do I mean about clearing karma? Habitual patterns of behavior that we often call fate, but actually are habitual patterns of behavior that are out of our conscious awareness, that we are unconsciously acting out on, that we think, life's happening to me. Well, no, actually you've produced it by your unconscious patterns that you don't realize you are participating in. Hermes, he takes us on a journey through a Mercury retrograde to become aware, to bring it to conscious awareness so that we can make the changes, so that we can clear our karma. Karma isn't bad. It's love in evolution, love wanting to evolve our experience. And so as I was saying, he is like the soul retrieval. So the parts of you that you may have neglected or abandoned because you're ashamed, or like the you that maybe was in a relationship many years back or a few years back, and that it didn't end nicely, and maybe you rejected that part of yourself, feeling embarrassed about how you responded, or the hurt, and you didn't want to remember that. It's calling her back in, reclaiming. So he is like that reclamation. A reclamation of all those lost pieces of you that you've abandoned, that you've rejected. And he brings them back into your conscious awareness so that you can see how those rejected parts of you are actually getting in the way, or you're abandoning them, how that is actually producing your current circumstances that you find yourself in. Because when you abandon them, you're not doing the inner work. You're not doing the inner work. You're not facing these darker aspects of your being and integrating those experiences, learning from those experiences. So Hermes works in the light and he works in the dark as well. He does both. So he's there when you're born earth side. You take off that first breath of air, that first breath that ignites your soul fire in this lifetime, and he guides you, he's guiding you. And he's doing that in this Mercury retrograde as well. As we go into the underworld and we explore our past, he's bringing those memories and those habitual patterns of behavior. Sometimes we can call them addictions. You could call it addictions if you wanted. Habituated responses, old trauma coming to the surface. But it's coming to the surface because we're ready to deal with it. It's because we have the capacity now to deal with it. We have the resilience. We have enough ego formation, enough resilience, courage, strength, self-worth, self-love, the capacity to be able to take care of ourselves, to be able to manage what is showing up right now for you. And so remember, he deals with direct experience, whatever is showing up right now. And we don't try and distort that. We don't, yes, so much is arising. Yeah, it is right now. It is. I've had a few little random things that have happened as well. It's been interesting, really interesting. That's pointed in, me towards areas that need my loving attention. That's for sure. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks, Natasha. Where was I going after that? Yeah, maybe it's time to put closure. What did I want to say? It felt like it was important. Maybe I just like the sound of my own voice. There was something I wanted to say and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it's happened again. I get distracted easy. That's Mercury. Okay, so I am going to leave it at that because, I could sit and talk about this for a while, but I wanted to give you, to share with you what, the benefits of going through a retrograde period and how we're being guided, that we mustn't buy into the fear and the pop culture around Mercury retrogrades. Life's going to turn out, we're going to have these terrible experiences. Don't sign any contracts. Don't do this, don't do that. No, live. You need to live, but just be aware that this is an incredible opportunity now to clear karma, to look to resource medicine from the past, to bring that into your conscious awareness. He is the bridge. He is the bridge between the unconscious and the conscious. This is the conscious, this is the unconscious, the light and the dark, and he's the bridge between the two. Yeah. And he can't be found in your logical mind, in your critical mind. You will not find him there. He is you having direct experience and with whatever is showing up with that, and you not distorting that. Not trying to make it different because you don't like it, or drink it away, or go and eat it away. Or I'm pretty good at downing a load of chocolate and things get emotional. Actually, I eat when I'm happy, I eat when I'm sad, I eat when I get stressed, I eat when I'm busy with work. Oh, anyway. Okay, sending you so much love. I will say this, I have a 6-month tarot program. It's a therapeutic journey. It is specifically for people who want to become professional tarot, soul readers, holding a professional space, doing therapeutic readings, moving away from this. I'm not in denial of psychic work, but we move away from fortune telling into the realm of counselling, therapy, and Jungian psychology, understanding the psychology and the tarot, tarot psychology and the psychology of the archetypes. And so you don't have to pull predictions out of thin air. So you can hold an incredible, meaningful space for your clients, so they actually have the ability to trust themselves. So they walk away feeling empowered by their experience. You're welcome, Robin. So good to see you, Robin. I'm glad that you popped in today. I hope you're really well. And sending everyone love. I will share some more later on. Oh, I've got something exciting to tell you. I will say this. So keep your eye out. I do have something exciting to say. So I have a free workshop coming up. You'll see it. I'm going to share it in the next 24 hours. I have a free workshop. I won't say, I don't know if I should tell you, or should I surprise you? I think I'll surprise you, but it's about Eros and Psyche. And so if you know the Mythic Tarot, you'll know, I've got to be careful with trying to keep my mouth shut here. If you know the Mythic Tarot, you will know that it's about love, right? Eros and Psyche. I've got a free workshop coming up. It'll be, of course, a tarot workshop. I'm going to teach you some tarot, but I will share more about that either this afternoon or tomorrow. I'm just doing the final preparations of how that's going to look. I'm excited to hold space and share it with you. I'm really excited. I want you to see how you can hold a therapeutic space, moving away from fortune telling, when you really understand the myth of the cards and the archetypes in the cards, and how that can improve your readings exponentially for your clients. Okay, hi Shannon, good to see you. So that's it from me. I better hop off now. So because I've actually got a reading to do. I'm doing some readings. I've got a load of readings to do. Okay, take care everyone. Have an amazing day. Thanks for stopping by, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. I'll remember to tag everybody, and I'll put the tag for the workshop the free workshop in this live. Okay, see everyone. Bye.